guys, so last week I did the 10 out of 10 products from last year, the ones that did the best. They got 10 out of 10 score, and I just thought for curiosity's sake, I would do the lowest of the year and let you know which ones did the worst. So, I'm going to start out with at the top. I guess I'm going to start off from the latest. Okay, the Aveeno Calm and Restore Redness Relief Face Cream Moisturizer. I actually don't hate this one. It just didn't do well because of a few issues, the packaging being one, the ingredients being kind of boring, and the price being a little bit more expensive than what it should be, in my opinion, for this one. So this one was kind of a bummer. It's not necessarily even a bad product. It's just not, it's not as good and affordable as it could have been. I guess I'll just put it there and say that. Okay, next up, the Olay Salicylic Acid Booster Exfoliating Serum. Another one where it's expensive for what it is. The ingredients aren't that exciting. And the ease of use with this one, it's thick. The pH for it to be really exfoliating was off. I just didn't love it. And especially, I actually don't even think this line from them was that expensive, but it was just a disappointment. It really didn't add anything into my routine when I used it. It just didn't pay off. It just didn't perform great. Okay, next up, sadly this brand, there's two brands that have two products on this list. The first one is Glow Recipe. This is their Strawberry Smooth BHA and AHA Salicylic Acid Serum. Another one where it's not super exfoliating, I guess. With something with BHA and AHA in there, it should be a knockout, but it just wasn't. They added fragrance in it. It's expensive for what it is. There's a gazillion AHA, BHA combo products that are much better. And this one was just a letdown. So, sadly, Glow Recipe shows up on this list a couple times. Okay, next up, price being a huge factor at this one. The Youth to the People Triple Peptide Cactus Oasis Serum. This one, I believe, retails around $70. I hope I got it on sale, but I can't remember because I reviewed it in April of last year, so I have no idea. The pump on this one was atrocious. Even just trying to finish it up and use it, the pump sprays everywhere but where you want it to spray. And when you're spending $70 or more on something, it just doesn't deliver. And the pump shouldn't even be an issue when you're spending that much. So this one was a clear letdown. And one I'm struggling to finish because it just is messy. Once I pump it, it gets all over everything else. So, and you know what? That could just be a one-off issue. I don't know. Okay, next up we've got, let's see, we've got the other Glow Recipe product, their Plump Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizer. This one was a bummer. You know what? I'm not a huge hyaluronic fan, so this one I had a preconceived notion about it to begin with, and I wasn't wrong. It's just a kind of a boring serum. Especially when the price is so expensive. And, you know, I don't dig these packagings that Glow Recipe is using. I get what they're trying to do. This is supposed to look like a plum. This is supposed to look like a strawberry. But it's just super heavy and bulky. And it doesn't store well. And that's kind of annoying to me. But at least they're doing something original, I guess, with their packaging. Instead of just the average dropper bottle. But again, another expensive product with fragrance in it. And you don't need it. And hyaluronic acid is boring. And you're better off just going with almost anything else. So... okay, next up, actually, this is another one I really actually like. The Mentholatum Melano CC Vitamin C Essence. I do really enjoy this one. It didn't do so well, probably because it has, I believe, a little bit of fragrance or a good amount of fragrance. It does have a scent to it. The packaging I really like, but I think the ingredients, and I think it had maybe denatured alcohol in it. I don't remember. When did I review this one? January of last, almost, you know what? This is weird. I reviewed this exactly 1 year ago today. So, anyway. I don't remember, but it didn't score well, and I remember that. So, okay, next up we've got, this is the other brand with two products on the list. CeraVe, their Comforting Eye Makeup Remover was a disappointment, a horrible product. I hated it. The other one that showed up on here, I couldn't even find it because it was so small. The CeraVe Makeup Removing Cleansing Balm. I think it was expensive. It was in a super small jar. I can't even find it. I can find pretty much anything because I store it in bins with the letters on it. I couldn't find it. It was so tiny, it got lost somewhere. I know I didn't finish it because I hated it. Maybe I gave it away to somebody. I don't know. But it's gone, and I didn't like it. So, okay, next up, This one is the second to the worst of the year. The Misha Time Revolution Night Repair Ampule. And this was another one. It's somewhere. I couldn't find it, but I think I gave this one away to somebody that wanted to try it. I reviewed this one in January of last year. Every year or so, they change their formula. And their Time Revolution, their formula that they had going 2 years ago in the purple bottle was amazing. And then they kind of watered it down the next year in the silver bottle. And now this last one was even more disappointing. So anyway. And then coming in at the worst product of the year, and probably one of the most expensive ones, was the Necessaire Neck Serum, which a lot of people like. But I didn't like the fact that on their box and packaging, they say it's fragrance-free, but it really has fragrance in it. I didn't like that. And I didn't like the price of it, and I didn't think it worked well enough. I'm struggling. I will finish it because I spent so darn much money on it. But it just didn't do well. This one got 4 out of 10. So, anyway. There we go. The worst of the worst of the year. And you know what? These aren't even terrible products. I mean, I'm sure all of these products have a lot of fans. But for me, they just didn't work. And I didn't want to recommend something that didn't work for me. Especially when they're this expensive. I mean, I think this one's $70. This one's around $70. And the Glow Recipe stuff, we all know that stuff isn't cheap either. So, anyway. These are my losers of the year. So I'm interested in from you guys if you had a loser of the year or several. Let us know what they were. Feel free to roast them. You know what? A lot of brands get a lot of praise and a lot of money. So, you know, when they screw up something, they should know. So leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys. And stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.